Hello, today I'll be showing you my favourite commander deck, themed around the book series A Song of Ice and Fire. This deck picks flavour over power, but can still dominate mid-power tables. My ultimate goal for this deck is to fully alter almost every card, so if that's something you can do, leave me a comment and we can sort something out. Starting off with our commander, we have Winota, Joiner of Forces, 2 and a red-white legendary creature, human warrior. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a human creature card from among them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible until end of turn, and put the rest of your cards on the bottom of your library in any order. So the aim of this deck is to start off by playing a non-human creature and play your Winota on turn 3 or 4, and hope with the triggers you get a snowball into some more triggers, then eventually beating down your opponents. So I'll start off today by showing you the non-human creatures, and we'll start with the 1-drops, Battlefield Raptor, Flying First Strike, 1-2, then Healer's Hawk, Flying Lifelink, 1-1, Suntail Hawk, Flying 1-1, Selfless Savior, Sacrifice, Selfless Savior, another target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn, so 1-1, good protection for our commander. Fearless Pup, First Strike 1-1, and my personal favourite, Tundra Wolves, First Strike 1-1. Now this is where the efficiency starts to dwindle. We have our Armoured Warhorse, a 2-3, Ember Eye Wolf, Haste, 1-2, Deranged Whelp, Menace, 2-1, Hungry Ridge Wolf, a 2-2, Lambbolt Harrier, a 2-2, Runebar Wolf, a 2-2, and Korea Hawk, Flying Vigilance. Brazen Wolves, whenever Brazen Wolf attacks it gains +2 until end of turn. Bonecrusher Giant, a 4-3, can also act as a pinger when needed. Feral Ridge Wolf, Trample, 1-2. Howlpack Wolf, a 3-3. Tomb Shredder, Haste, 2-2. These next two are probably the best performers in the non-human creatures. First up we have Chaos Dragon, Flying Haste, and it attacks each combat if able. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each player rolls a d20. If one or more opponents had the highest result, Chaos Dragon can't attack those players or planeswalkers they control this combat, and he is a 4-4. Prior Heart Wolf. Whenever Prior Heart Wolf attacks, each creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by 2 or more creatures, giving him menace. And he also has Undying. Moving on to the humans next. They are mainly split up into 3 groups. Ones what can create tokens, ones what can copy for creatures what can make tokens, and damage dealers. The first token generator, and probably my favourite card in the entire deck, is Captain of a Watch. Human soldier, vigilance, other soldier creatures you control get 1-1 and have vigilance, and when Captain of a Watch enters the battlefield, create 3 1-1 white creature tokens, but still activate our commander. This card would fit perfect the Gior Mormont. Knight Captain of Eos, a human knight, and when he enters the battlefield, put 2 1-1 white soldier creatures into play, and you can also pay 1 white and sacrifice a soldier and prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Really good protection. He's a 2-2, and the perfect altar would be Barristan the Bold. Evangel of Heliod, a human cleric, and when he enters the battlefield, put a number of 1-1 white soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield equal to your devotion to white. This would make perfect for the High Sparrow. We have Darion the King, a human soldier, and whenever you're dealt damage, you create that many 1-1 white soldier creature tokens. This could be Eddard Stark. Lena, Selfless Champion, a human knight, and when she enters the battlefield you create 1-1 white soldier tokens for each non-token creature you control, and you can also sacrifice her to give everything with less power than her indestructible till end of turn. It doesn't save your commander, but it definitely saves your soldier. So moving on to our copiers, we have Ryona, Fire Dancer, a human wizard, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, create X tokens that are copies of another target creature you control, where X is 1 plus the number of instants and sorcery spells you've cast this turn. They gain haste and exile them at the beginning of the next end step. So we're not casting a lot of instants and sorcery spells, we're just looking for the 1 copy trigger for our tokens. This card would be perfect for Melisandre of Ashai. With Mirage Phalanx, human soldier 4/4, similar to Ryona. Probably a better one, Duke Ulder with Myriad. And Flame Rush Rider, 3/3. Moving on to the game ending cards, we have Blade Historian, a human cleric, with attacking creatures you control have double strike. This would be perfect for Samuel Tarly. Angrath's Marauders, a human pirate, and if a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or a player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. So if you have the Blade Historian already set up, it's quadruple damage, and this could be Euron Greyjoy. Adrena, Captain of the Guard, a human knight with melee. So it gets all your creatures 3/3 if all the players are still there. And this could be Brienne of Tarth. Odric, Master Tactician, the human soldier with Fair Strike, and whenever Odric Master Tactician and at least 3 other creatures attack, you choose which creatures block this combat and how those creatures block, giving 3 attacks on all players. Next up is all the other humans in the deck. We have Adeline, a human knight, Vigilance, and her power is equal to the number of creatures you control, and whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token. Frontier Warmonger, a human warrior, 4/4, and given her creatures menace. We have Tajik, a human soldier, 3/2, a Vanguard, a 2/3, Pentarch Paladin, a 3/3, also doubles his removal, and Marton Stronghold, boosting all our creatures. Tajik Blade of a Legion, he is indestructible. Palace Jailer, when it enters the battlefield, we become the Monarch and we get to exile a target creature until an opponent becomes the Monarch. This could be the Spider. Haktos the Unscarred, a human warrior, and he attacks each combative able. When he enters the battlefield, choose 2, 3, or 4 at random, and he has protection from each converted mana cost other than that chosen number, and this would be perfect for Oberyn. Moving on to our sorceries and instants, we have some board wipes in case we go behind with Farewell and Vanquish the Hordes, some protection with Deflecting Palm, Pyroblast, Response and Resurgence, and a latch-ditch effort for the win for Chance for Glory. We also have some more token generators with Raise the Alarm and Secure the Wastes. And on to our enchantments, we have Assemble for Legion. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a muster counter on Assemble for Legion, then put a 1/1 red and white soldier creature token with haste onto the battlefield for each muster counter on Assemble for Legion. Promise of Tomorrow is some more board wipe protection. Whenever a creature you control dies, exile it. At the beginning of each end step, if you control no creatures, sacrifice Promise of Tomorrow and return all creatures exiled with it to the battlefield under your control. Valar in a Cross. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1/1 until end. Warstorm Surge. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player. Karthus Crusade. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/1 counter on each creature you control. I would suggest if your playgroup is slightly lower power, I would remove this because it is a pretty brutal card. I decided to do a cheaper mana base with Soul Ring, Talisman of Conviction, Prismatic Lens, Mind Stone, Marble Diamond, Fire Diamond, Velwar Stone. For lands we have 15 snow-covered mountains, 14 snow-covered plains, Exotic Orchard, Battlefield Forge, spacemen. Sundown Pass could be for bloody gates. And lastly, Command Tower could be a high tower of Old Town. I really hope you enjoyed my video. The Moxfield deck list will be in the description, and if you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll get back to you.